How has the question of Israel come to play such a massive role in these people's psyche that it defined not only how they view the Middle East, but informed how they view every other struggle in the world?
Well, one thing is the era of profound stupidity, in which, as I've said for many years, the adults have left the room. An example of the adults leaving the room is the idea that a truant schoolgirl from Sweden should dictate global climate policy. Never seemed to me a good idea.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Glenny and it is so nice to meet you. We are back with another documentary interview, and now you guys, this is where he is on Israel Faith of a Nation with Eliot Levy. It was like I think an hour long, but then again you guys have to take a full apart that I should check out, and that's what we're about to do today. If you're ready, let's get started.
Seems to be some sort of episode happening in the West right now. The mass protests that we are seeing against Israel in favor of the Houthis, even as they fire at British targets and British ships. This total mobilization of parts of society against Israel that many people in Israel and around the Jewish world see it as profoundly anti-Semitic. And it's a question of anti-Israel. And that's because what many people see is that anti-Semitism has historically been a tool through which failing societies or societies that seek to deflect from their own failures then mobilize themselves around this total ideology of opposition to the Jews. And that's how we find it, even within the protests around the world. We have a clip here from one of the climate protests. Israel seems to play a role in all these other different causes here.
Because I think that it does have something to do with it, because I mean, several reasons. One is the thing you say about the nature of anti-Semitism in society and adds on to it. We all know that it's a very, very bad sign that society that's for lots of reasons. One of them is the society itself. It suggests that the society is dissolving and degrading into a feverish place. Vasily Grossman, one of my favorite writers, writes in the middle of Life and Fate, his great epic of the 20th century, that on 3 pages in the center of that 900-page masterpiece, he says, tell me what you accuse the Jews of, I'll tell you what you're guilty of. Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
How's that playing out now, do you think?
Well, I mean, for a lot of people, it's working as, the people you mentioned, like the wider climate people.
Well, let's have a look. We actually have a little clip from Greta Thunberg, who's one of the major Hamas fangirls recently. No climate justice on occupied land. But what are they talking about? How has the question of Israel come to play such a massive role in these people's psyche that it defines not only how they see the Middle East, but informs how they view every other struggle in the world?
Well, one thing is the era of profound stupidity, in which, as I've said for many years, the adults have left the room. An example of the adults leaving the room is the idea that a truant schoolgirl from Sweden should dictate global climate policy. Never seemed to me a good idea. Always seemed to me she should spend more time in school. And the fact that so many politicians bowed to her views on crime. I said when she first emerged, people didn't criticize her when she first emerged. They said, well, here's a schoolgirl who's autistic. I dare you to criticize her. I dare you. And I remember saying when she first emerged, what is this game? If I found a younger person who was more autistic and adored fossil fuels, and I put that person out there, would I win? Okay, it was always a trap for the Greta Thunberg thing. Always a trap. Now she's of age, she's an adult, so it's easier to criticize her, it should be. It's always been a bad sign when things like that happen.
And you don't feel that it goes deeper. The world has always been, no. The world has always been stupid. Something is happening.
No. But a very specific thing. There are times, if you read an account of a time in the Middle Ages where a young girl with blazing eyes came from a neighboring village and told you all you were going to burn. Well, I mean, that's a strange sort of thing to happen. Well, here we are in the 21st century with exactly the same phenomenon. It's a very odd thing, this whole devolving of expertise, and And what these people end up, there's an analogy from Japanese culture, which is that if you're a warrior for a great leader in medieval Japan, and if your leader died, you would wander around the land looking for another person to affix your loyalty to. That's what these people are. They believe the earth is burning, climate emergency, Palestinian emergency, this emergency. They're desperately searching for things to attract themselves to. And there's another point on this, which is that these people are doing politics by just every issue. You can always tell somebody hasn't thought deeply about anything when they have completely predictable views on every single issue. If you'd have asked me 5 years ago, how do you think Greta Thunberg will end up on the Palestinian question, I'd have said, she'll end up exactly like that, because she'll get her politics a la carte.
But the fact that Israel has become this bugbear issue and part of the basket of what it means to be on the left, I understand. What I don't understand is the obsessive role that it seems to play within the Western imagination and among these people, and how it has become this organizing principle, if you will, of large parts of society. And I'm asking this because as I try as a spokesman to try to speak to foreign media and to try to influence public opinion, I'm simply at a loss to try to understand what this psychotic moment is that seems to have overtaken such large parts of the Western world.
We can tell one thing by the manner of communication. And this is, if I can say, it's a quite an important point. That manner of communication betrays something very interesting. That isn't argument, is it? What they're doing?
No.
Right. What is it?
It's very performative.
It's performative. What else?
It's performative. It seems impulsive, emotional. It seems to come from the gut.
I would say, it certainly doesn't come from the brain. It's a different form of communication from, for instance, the one we're having at the moment. We are involved in a dialogue right now, and that's what most people I know, certainly everyone I respect, is able to engage in. If I just sat here and said, ceasefire now, or well, over and over again, yeah, you said it once, I got it. Why do these people think if they keep bludgeoning people with their stupid, predictable, informed opinions, that we're going to suddenly say, now I get it, we should have a ceasefire, or whatever it is?
Oh, they're trying to apply political pressure, and if you put enough pressure and mobilize enough people, then that's how change is made.
That's what they think. That's what they think, and they may be right. They may be right. They may be right that people can be influenced by that form of communication. I personally think it's the worst possible form of communication, because I don't think it is communication. It is a bludgeoning of people by people who have a very, very limited understanding of these things. And that is, by the way, one other giveaway of it. If they understood anything about this, you wouldn't just keep saying the same thing over and over. You wouldn't decide every Saturday to just chant the same banality. If the reason they do it is because if you go underneath it, as you and I know from the people who go through the protests and ask any follow-on question, none of the marchers, almost none, would be able to answer a follow-on question. So they stick with the boring, ill-informed mantra, and they hope that they will persuade us by it. And I hope that it doesn't work.
Hi, this has been From the Problem with Being Awake. I'd like to thank you for watching the video. I do appreciate it. If you do like it, please do subscribe, click the bell so you get notified when I release a new good one, and please do like it and share it with your friends as you like. If you don't, you've probably gone already. But thank you for your support. It means a lot, especially the comments. So thanks, and talk to you